Hello YouTube, my name is TheSecondFlock, and I don't know if you guys saw my last video. I'll have an annotation up, but it basically describes this exclusionary circuit that I created, where basically if you click on that green lever, it's going to activate this command block, and it's going to make it so that none of these other levers, if pressed, will work until that green lever is unpressed. And basically it makes it so that whichever thing is pressed first is going to be the one that works. So you guys can watch that video to understand how it works. But right here, one of the problems with the circuitry for this thing was it's very long and confusing, and I figure especially the guy who needs to use it named Steve, you should go check him out and stuff. He may not want to work with all this wiring that may take a few hours. So I thought I learned something about OR gates in school, and I'm going to be demonstrating how they work in Minecraft. Now basically, problem with these circuits is that you could not have a green circuit pass over with a blue one, so you needed to keep them all separate. But with this thing called an OR gate, you needed 3 signals to go to the same place with the circuitry down here. You needed 3 signals to go to each piston, but they couldn't lap or overcross each other. With this thing called an OR gate, they can do that just fine. So this represents the lever for the red thing over there, and this represents all of the wiring that's underneath or whatever, but it can connect at a point in the middle to, say, the yellow wire and still work. See, gosh, I just learned about this myself, so it's going to be a little hard to explain, but see how this torch is not powered. Well, I'm just gonna place a few blocks here, right here, and let's get a door. Let's get a door to demonstrate this. Door is gonna be a good demonstration. Yeah. Anyways, okay, so look at that door opened. This looks confusing, but basically, this is the beginning lever. Now you have all your wire wherever you want, and this is your yellow wire. And you have it go wherever you want, and they connect to this one stone block, which is attached to a torch. Now, when a torch is powered, it turns off, and you can't just directly power a torch, so you need to put a block in the middle. So when this happens, the yellow turns on a redstone signal, and that goes through this block and turns off this torch. The torch then turns off the signal. Now this right here is called an inverter. So basically, because of the way that machine works over there, I wanted, when a signal came over here, I wanted it to turn the thing on. So an inverter basically changes this off output into an on output. So you see, whenever the entire system is turned off, you have the actual redstone torches on by default, and it powers this redstone torch, which it turns it off, so then the signal is off. But when you turn on one lever, it turns on the entire system. If you turn on another lever, you can't really doubly power a redstone torch, so nothing is going to change. So what this really does is, because the pistons underneath all that wire over there need to have 3 signals going to the same place to open it, you can save a lot of space by maybe like extending them out and then having them connect through that gate that I just showed you over there, which was called an OR gate. This up here is called an OR gate, and then have the inverter, and then have that inverter connect to the piston, the inverter signal. That way you don't need to make it so that 3 wires need to overlap and loop-de-loop around each other to get to one place. Because if you use this this type of thing right here, then only one signal has to touch the actual final output. If you understand that, it would be saying, I could extend this red out as far as I want to, and I could extend this blue out as far as I want to, and make them neat, have them connect, and then bring them over to that green piston, I'm going to call it, the one right there. And now instead of having to have yellow and red both connected to the piston through some sort of wiring, I only need to have just one signal coming into here, and that saves a lot of room and a lot of space. So yeah, I wanted to keep this video short. I hope it explained how an OR gate works. It basically means that as long as you turn on one signal, the final output is going to be on. well, you need an inverter in this case, but as long as you turn on one signal, the final signal is going to be on, as long as you use the inverter right here. So yeah, that's going to do it for now, guys. I'm TheSecondFlock. I hope you guys liked and subscribed, and yeah, I might start making these videos again. It's pretty cool, and see you later.